Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Hey, you doing? How you doing? Go hunt me some boar. Hippity hoppity hop hop. I'm in a moat chat. I shouldn't be unless someone's changed it. Let's have a look. Moats only chat. Why has someone done that? Change that then, because that's good. Find out why. I am released. Excellent, Axo. Don't know if I can find out that. He doesn't need to be. The channel then. Oh, my activity feed. How bizarre. Look. Thanks for. Alright, we'll have to keep an eye on that because I don't want that enabling it. Right. How's New World? It's good. Can we get a ban on mustard? What? No. That's no fair.
Let me guess.
No, it's really good.
It's
it's
you passed by, you see.
it's yeah, it's pretty much the same as the last beta of it I played, I think. I thought they were going to release a couple of new weapons on launch, but I think they're holding them back for a special event. I think they're hinting at the end of October, start of November time. Potentially, else it might be closer to Christmas, depending on I think how much other content they release, or other bits or events. I say, not content. But yeah, all good so far. I've really not had a chance to play it this week yet because typical MMO launch, all the all the servers filled up rather quickly, so they're in the process of scaling stuff up and allowing for more space. But it's all good. It's certainly not been the longest I've had to wait to join a MMO server. But it's up there for sure. It was a bit of a wait. Hey ho. Hey Tiny, how you doing? Did I see the Twitch, the new Prime? I did. In fact, I need to collecting a couple of quests here. I need to check my inventory because thought I'd activated it, but maybe I haven't yet, or maybe I haven't actually joined up my accounts. So I'll do that later on, because yeah, I can redeem that against my account. Ooh, new hat. I like the look of the plate more, and it's better armor rating, but the gear score on the other one is higher. But that's fine. We'll switch to this. But a plate helm for the time being. Right, and we also got a... No, that's the quest we're doing now, which is an axe. But we'll go and hunt some boar at the same time. Good. The next prime loot is looking really nice though. It's some weapon skins, which should be cool. Because the first one was like a pirate skin that they were releasing, and then the next one, which I believe is out on the 12th of October, is I think it's a rapier skin, or it certainly looks like a longsword skin, if not, which would be cool. Which I think is in pirate fashion. It's all good. That's fine. We don't need to check in just yet. And we'll talk to the innkeeper in a little bit. But first, let's go hunt some boar. See the oddities that are no doubt on the world. Oh, he's got a nice... What's that? A cow. Devil's Quarry cow. Cool. Yeah, why not? Oh, I can't skin it yet because I need the level 10 skins. Skinning ability. Right, let's figure out. Someone else is skinning it for me, so that's fine. Character, trade skills. What are we at? Thing is, we've literally only just started. Oh, okay, 8 already. Yeah, because we did skin quite a few boars to start with. So, alright, it won't take us too long then. Up. Put that away, and then we should be able to hop. Okay. In fact, we're even going the right way where I want to go. Sort of. I guess I want to go on the lower road eventually, but... Oh. Get used to the fact that it doesn't... Unless I hold the right mouse button, it doesn't draw the weapon. Okay. Oh. Down, Betsy. Rude. Come on. Tell your friend, please stop hitting me with his fiery, acidy breath, please. Pushmack. There we go. Right. And I've got plenty of rations to heal me up, so we're all good. I think the food in this game is probably one of my favourite features, just because of how good it all looks. And the cooking's very satisfying. Satisfying as well. It's all very component driven for some of the bigger and better things that you can make. You can like go full on like pastry chef and make wonderful pastries and cakes and all sorts. It's great. Oh yeah, I mean like plenty of people grinded the hell out of the alphas and the betas when they came out. I mean, to be fair, the last beta that I played, I certainly grinded a lot more in that than I had done previously, mainly because I wanted to try out the housing stuff in the game, because I've not had a chance to do that previously. But there were some people in the last big beta that managed to max level and get all the way up to the final PvP game events that you can do, which is pretty cool. Because they open up certain PvP modes at certain levels for people to take part in, which is good. And yeah, which is really good to see. But it will take a little while to grind up there. I mean, there's plenty of people that I saw when the game first came out. They were streaming it for 12 hours solid. So no doubt there have been some people that have. I wouldn't necessarily say they've grinded too much, because I think they've just pushed through the story expedition so that they can do the higher skilled PvP events to start with. But now they'll be into the grind to do all the other bits and pieces and get some of the other loot and things. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Oh, it's already started. There's they released or they allowed a series of streamers to kind of join the 3 factions early, or kind of earmark the 3 factions, which faction they were going to join. And they've even set up, there's a global leaderboard that they're already populated with a load of stats. I think in part from the beta, or from a private event they did with the streamers. So they've already got quite a big base set up. Or kind of faction base set up with each of the kind of core. That's a ball. Yeah, they've got a load of people kind of already on board with that, which is quite cool. But I don't know which faction I'll go for yet. I'll have to wait and see what tickles my fancy this time around. Hey, Millie. But yeah, no doubt, for everyone else, I'm sure the mass recruitment drive for all the guilds will start fairly soon. I think some of them are going to wait because they've announced, because of the server problems that they had since launch, which I think were, to be fair, very much to be expected. They've announced that they're going to add in a character world transfer option in the next 2 weeks. So I think probably a lot of guilds will probably be trying to get themselves established in these first 2 weeks, ready for when people can make the option to change worlds or change servers and regions, so that they can then just move everyone over. For sure. I genuinely wouldn't had full conversation Discord about which faction the servers to join. They're trying to avoid streamer heavy, so yeah. So I don't think they'll have too much of a problem, because it seems like they're expediting the number of servers they're going to build out each day. Just this afternoon, they added another 20 or 30 odd EU servers to help, which I think with the intent that if there's any low population ones later down the line, they'll just merge the two and merge it into an existing server with a compatible world set, which should work quite nicely. But yeah, it's good that people are kind of planning it out now. But certainly it will help when they add the option to, even if it's temporary, the option to kind of server hop, at least initially, while people kind of get into it. Need more boar. Oh, a page. Page was... Oh, I've already read it. That's fine. It's quite funny. There's little pages like this all across the world that you can find that just can be anything from kind of missing elements to your backstory or the main story that you're working on, to just really random bits and pieces from other people that have been shipwrecked here or landed up on the island, and what happened before they got here. Down, boy. There we go. Got people who are coordinating on what to do. What are you going to say? I don't know yet. I know I've got a couple of friends that are potentially going to pick it up. And I know Lionheart's, he picked it up today, actually. Because he wants to give it a go. So it might be something that we play a bit of together. Which would be nice. But if not, there's another Discord that I'm on that has a couple of people on this server. Providing they don't move servers. So that could be good fun. I'm on the fence at the moment. I think for a lot of people, they're going to see how the next couple of weeks go, and also see what kind of plans the devs come out with in terms of the longevity of it. Because I picked up the game years ago now when they first announced it, and pre-ordered it when it was on the cheap. And yeah, so I don't mind now that it's here so much. But yeah, it'll be interesting to know what the kind of end game and post-story content plan is going to be, and also just how, I guess it will also depend once we get to that level, how the faction PvP kind of plays out in terms of its replayability. Like once you've done one siege and everything else, like is that, you know, is that going to be enough for some people, or will it change and evolve a little bit to make it a little bit more interesting? I think we'll have to see. But no doubt with the amount of hours that some of the streamers and their kind of communities have put in already, I think we'll see some of that action fairly quickly, which would be good. To be fair, I think for the time being, if people are on the fence about it, then it's worth probably just seeing how maybe the first couple of weeks go, and how people, whether or not after the first kind of 2 to 4 weeks, whether or not there's still just as many people kind of picking it up and wanting to play, and what the overall feedback is, I guess, against quests and things like that, and whether or not the kind of weekly and like daily world events also are different enough to keep people interested in coming back. And I guess it'll also be interesting to see what kind of loot drops they do further down the line as well, whether or not it's always going to be cosmetic stuff, or you know, or what, to try and entice people to play the game more. But yeah, I mean, I think if you're on the fence about it now, it's probably worth just giving it a little bit of time to see how it works out, unless you've got like a kind of group ready and willing to go for it, and you know, you're happy to kind of give it a go. But I don't know, I've struggled to find a decent MMO that I've really enjoyed for a long time, and I certainly, excuse me, oh turkey, gobble gobble, yum yum yum. I certainly thoroughly enjoyed the alpha and beta playtest that I ran on this game. The couple they did last year, and then also one that I managed to join this year as well, were really good fun. And even though the start of the game is again very, very similar each time, I mean, I've now had 3 different start locations. So I've had Windswood, I've had First Light, and I've had Monarch's Bluff. Well, I've had 2 in First Light now technically, but the areas are different enough while still familiar for the starting player to not have to worry about completely different starting zone mechanics. But I guess that's also kind of the limitation of them not having any race-based classes or like race story backgrounds involved in the game. So it'll be interesting to see if there's enough with everyone effectively starting in the same position or not, and just having to kind of grind it out on weapons. That said, I mean, there's still plenty of weapon slots left. I mean, I don't know if they're going to fill 4 per column or more, but there's certainly space for them to do that. They've hinted at daggers and another gauntlet, I believe, and I think there's a talk of another ranged weapon, maybe even a crossbow, in the works. So it'll be interesting to see if we do get that anytime soon. Might be a new pick for. I mean, it certainly. I think it's up to people whether or not, for a start, if an MMO is their cup of tea, or they feel like they're going to get the most out of it. But I mean, I'm certainly going to be trying to play a good amount of it, because it's something that I've been wanting for a while. It's just a decent MMO that I can... I mean, the nice thing about when I was playing the beta previously was that I could hop on of an evening, and even if I only had like an hour or two, I could do a bit of crafting or a bit of mining, or I could do a couple of just cheap story quests, or a couple of the daily quests that appear on the settlement board, for example, help the settlement that I was in. And there was a good sense of achievement from that. And even though those quests were kind of fairly repetitive in terms of what the content is around them, I don't know. I mean, it's a beautiful looking game. The sound design is really good. The soundtrack is really good. So it was quite an easy, relaxed kind of bit of casual gaming that I could get into as well. Plus, then the times where I could spend several hours doing some more of the story missions and get thoroughly engrossed in that. But for most of that, or in fact, the first time I played through, I was playing solo. The second time I played through with 2 other friends, and I think we had fairly good co-op gameplay together on that. I know, like a lot of people, one of them was very keen on them adding mounts, which don't feature in the game at all. And they've not ruled it out, but they've basically said that it's not something that they're going to be adding necessarily. Well, they confirmed it wouldn't be something that they would add before launch. But whether or not it's something that they'll revisit now, yeah, we'll have to wait and see, really. But I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. The world at the moment, and there is certainly room for more areas. There's a section over here that's protected by the fog of war. There's a whole section up here that I foresee us being, expanding into at some point as well. So I think there's plenty of space for it to grow. It's just, yeah, I guess it's going to be how much of it is dependent on the player base, which they've kind of earmarked it being quite. Yeah, it would just depend on how much of the player base, stay engaged with that, I guess, for the long term. I was in the queue for 6.5 hours. Damn. I launched this, I think, about an hour and a half before, because they've in the EU zones they've all had queues of about 3,000 this afternoon, but they've now added a load more servers to the EU zone. So actually this evening, it's literally about half an hour before I joined on, the queue started dropping quite substantially. But as soon as they add more servers, they all fill up again, and it's going to be the case for launch week, as with any MMO. I remember the Guild Wars 2 launch that was yeah, pretty much nigh impossible to get on the server for the first couple of days. But yeah, it is what it is. It's going to take a while. All right. Has a bow and musket. There you are. You're all right. It's what a warhammer, exactly. I hope no mounts get... Yeah, to be fair, I honestly have no real desire or kind of hankering for mounts to be added. I'm quite happy just running about or doing the occasional teleport, so it doesn't bother me too much that I'm going to have to be using my feet to go everywhere. The world is very beautiful, it's well crafted and designed, so I'm quite happy to, yeah, hoof it. I am US East with another streamer community and added 28 servers to the cluster quite quickly. Yeah. Yeah, so they added a load more. I think they did a load of US servers was it this morning. I think they've added a couple new Australia zones, server zones this afternoon, as well with the EU zones. And I think they're going to add some more over the next couple of days as well, and then look to merge the world sets back down, which is cool. Yeah, so this is another cool thing that I only really noticed in the last beta. So depending on which faction you've got, different settlements, depending on their alignment, will have like free resources that you can just claim, which is quite cool. But that's the first time I've seen an iron ore one, which is quite cool. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know, Demon. If the queues weren't so big for the servers, I'd hop out and we'd have a look. But Well, I'll perhaps before we end the stream, we'll take a look at the ping on the from me to the US servers and see how bad it is or not. They have said in the statement they released, I think actually on launch day, regarding the whole being able to switch servers in the next couple of days, or the next week or two, that they would allow people to not only switch servers but also switch server zones. So in theory, you could all migrate to EU zones or US zones. I mean, I guess fundamentally, it's always going to be a bit of a, it's always going to have a bit of an impact, but. Right, which one do I want to go for first? Reaper or Mauler? So Reap gives me, excuse me. Send X 5 meters, pulling foes to you and dealing 110% weapon. Or Maelstrom, which is a fast spinning attack that pulls targets close to you and deals 110%. So they do the same thing. The cooldown on Mauler on the Mauler ability is slightly longer. From what I remember, Reap was quite useful bringing them in close, but obviously it's got a short range. But then I guess Maelstrom can't be much more than 5 meters really when you're spinning. Well, no worries, Demon. I'll try and remember to take a look anyway, and I'll ping you a message on Discord, depending on what the ping's like. But yeah, I hope you have a good time at work. Cheers for tuning in. I think we'll go Maelstrom. Oh, we've got 2 points anyway. Okay, well, we could either go then Whirlwind. Spin attack deals 50% weapon damage to nearby foes. If you hit a foe, spin again. Max 4 spins. You can move while spinning. Damn, I didn't realise that. That's cool. Alright, well, let's take those two then. And then we're out of ammo actually. But that's a perfect excuse to try out Rapier. Level it up a little bit. I think the Rapier is my favourite weapon, to be fair. It's incredibly light and fast, and just very satisfying to use when you kind of string a couple of attack combos together. Or attack commands together. It does a good job. Right, let's go and talk to the innkeeper.
Welcome to the Regent's Rise.
The
Sleep
Regent's
here and
Rise.
Wake up feeling like a king.
Oh wow!
You here to check in? Be my guest. Literally.
Thank you. Cool, there we go. So yeah, the inns basically act as a quick kind of teleport zone, and you can always get like a free teleport back to them per, I think in the beta it was once every, oh god, was it once every 20 minutes or was it a 20-minute cooldown and then once every 12 hours or something like that? Something like that. It was a fairly chunky cooldown, so not to be abused, but useful if you've run out of the, I think it's Azos, kind of special gemstones that allow you to teleport for a certain amount. Right, what do we want? Gathering speed to start with. Last game I had muskets in that I enjoyed was Greedfall. Greedfall. Oh, I did not play that. Ooh, don't want to place that marker. How was it, Icini? Right, we need to talk back to this chap.
There
Now
now.
that we've done that, lovely.
Even in a strange land, one must get situated. Whether you
Oh,
realize
thank you
it
very
or
much.
not, I think you have come to help us here in Monarch's Bluffs. Right
Monarch's
at the hour
Bluffs?
of our greatest need.
I can try.
I will put all the town's resources at your disposal. You can acquire supplies, or sell them at the trading post, and I have allotted you a storage space.
Oh, lovely.
Go and see them for yourself.
I will. Thank you kindly. Right, go to the trading post, which is over here. I've not really done an awful lot of in-game trading yet. I didn't be fair, the first alpha when they introduced it, it was a bit of a mess. I think they were testing out the kind of global economy at scale for the first time, and it was all a little bit all over the place with lots of different trade orders coming in and out all the time. But it seems to be a bit calmer now, and the last beta was pretty good as well for it. But it works fairly well in terms of what we can sell and what we can buy, and you can just place them in here, and people will come in and action them, and then you can take your cut from the sales as well, which is good. It certainly becomes useful later on in the game when you're doing a lot of crafting and looking for very specific materials, because as you can see right now, we've not got an awful lot going for us other than a load of iron cartridges, some flint arrows, a load of charcoal, stone blocks, crossweave, potions, some iron arrows, and honey. Oh, speaking of honey, there should be, near most trading posts in settlements, there's usually a little beehive where you can get some free honey for the day. Oh, there it is. But take the honey. No idea why they chose honey as like the free item, but yeah, honey. So yeah, we can use it as seasonings or with or we can just eat it as is. Nice. But yeah, what else have we got in here? We've got some poultry. Got an egg. Lovely. Some peppercorn. Red meat. Ah, see, if we had a 20 or 30 cooking levels, we could make us a nice steak dinner with all of this. Even got some herbs. Lovely, lovely. Good. Glad to hear, actually. Because honey delicious. Well, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Right. Where else we need to go? We need to go. Oh, we need to go here, which is the storage shed. So this is our kind of the storage sheds. I don't know. I kind of like how they operate. So basically, you have a storage chest per settlement. There are certain circumstances and certain actions that can allow you to access storage sheds in other locations, but oh, excuse me. Ooh. Much tire. But for the most part, they're kind of instant links to the settlement that you're in. Which again, don't really mind, because once you get a little bit later into the game, you either have enough money to kind of, or enough of this blue funky stuff, the Azoth, to teleport around nice and quickly, or you just run and just run between settlements, which is fine, or you use the return to the inn teleport, kind of move stuff about, which is fine. But we get a decent amount of storage to start with. I think it's 1,000 items, and you can expand that as well. So in the territory standings, so all the time you spend in a territory gains you both or actions performed in a territory gain you territory standing XP, and at each level you get to choose one of the 4 cards, one of the 4 options, and one of them is also to increase inventory space and do other bits and pieces like that as well. Right, let's I'm sure maybe it's a type of weapon. It's probably because I've got, oh, it's because I'm medium. I think if you have light armor or a light equipment load, you do a roll forward rather than the little hop, and then heavy armor, you're just kind of like a sidestep dodge. I have become acquainted.
Whether you realize it or not, I think you have come to help us here in Monarch's Bluffs.
You can put chests in your house to increase storage. Indeed, you can, which is really cool. I only just managed to get up to the point where I could purchase my first home in the last beta test, but that was quite good fun. Just
I used to live in Cutlass Keys, but
decorating that and putting in a chest and putting in a bed and setting up a table and some chairs and some cutlery for the table. Constable Samuel has begun shaping her plans for securing the settlement against corruption. She's asked specifically for your assistance in the work. You should speak with her as soon as you can. Okie dokie. I think she's back up the top there, yeah. But yeah, the housing element is quite cool, and you can you also get a certain level of, like, I think it's basically like decoration, like style points, and based on that, because the settlements are instants and the housing is instants in the settlements, they use that that point scale to work out like whose house to show off, if you're happy to show your house off, and you can get pets and things that sit outside your house, which is quite cool. You can really make it your own, which is nice.
There's a great deal of work to do in Monarch's Bluffs.
Monarch's
You are
Bluff.
capable, but are you willing to put settlement ahead of self?
I mean, you know, if there's gold involved, sure.
The first order of business
Or
is
an
to
armor
gather
case.
raw materials
That
and
is also
refine
fine.
them at one of the workshops about town. If your hands are not calloused yet, they soon will be.
Will be. Okie dokie. Ooh, look. Page in a book. I hear movement outside my window. Go investigate. Who be there? Oh. Someone having a delivery. But it is not us. Oh, ding dong. Okay. Yeah, so this as well is where we can see what upgrades are being put towards the current area. Oh, let me neck. Which is quite cool. So, and these are what are also used as the kind of completion points for the daily objectives board, which is cool. So these completing those for the settlement, those daily objectives help bolster the defenses, or upgrading certain workshops or stalls in the town as well, which is quite cool. There's a lifestyle one as well. Very nice. Activate miners' resolve and increase mining quantity. Oh, that's cool. Ah. There's even more, so again, so the forts all go through a different tiered system. So, you know, you go from fort, bastion, keep, castle, and citadel, which is quite cool. And then you can pay as well to put certain points towards certain things. So it's all kind of community driven and community shared. But fortunately, because you can only kind of upgrade, you can only upgrade. You can't downgrade. You're not really going to get people coming on and screwing people over by purchasing an upgrade that no one else wanted. Such. We had ballista, the ballista at tier 1, and we're going to explosive tier 2 apparently. Warhorns, that's what we need. Some point soon. Right. Okay, so we need to gather a load of stone. We've already gathered a load of rawhide, and we need some more wood from bushes. So, what have we actually got equipped? Not these. Let's put these. That one. Okay, so we've got most of our... Anything we're missing is a fishing pole and a staff slot, which we get as part of our main story, which is cool. Okay, so we need to chop some trees, and we need to mine some rocks. Let's... Right here. Why have I put another marker down? Terrible at doing this. Right-clicking on the map just adds a marker immediately. It'd be nice if it was maybe a double click. Ooh, let's not go down there. It looks very steep, but... Ooh, look, there's a... You can see up the top there, there's some kind of structure which is going across that gap. Where is that? Aha! That must be over here. Up here. Where's that? 7 scale reach. Recommended levels 51 to 60, so that's most certainly some end game content right there. It'll be a while before we get there. Right, we'll go out the other side of the town, because I'm pretty sure to the east is nice and relatively safe. And we can go and get some stuff. In fact, we'll just check the board to make sure there's not any mining things here as well. Oil we won't do, because oil's a pain in the backside to find, and I think we also need higher mining level to be able to mine it. I could be wrong. No, that's fine for now. We don't need to do any of those. We'll come back to those a bit later on. Hop, hop, hop. Right. Bobbity boopy. Ooh. Nice shield you got there. I think that's the, yeah, I think that's the Twitch. I think that's the Amazon Prime Twitch loot they're doing. I'll have to double check why my account hasn't associated with that. It might be because I hadn't linked up my Amazon one to me. Steam one. Do that later. Perhaps we can then have a cool pirate skin. Yeah, these are some of the houses as well. Nice. Has anyone purchased this one yet? Doesn't look like it. Quite nice. Quite. Ooh, Quite nice. Quite nice, decent size. 2 floors. Right by the Tanner's Hut. And by, what have we got here? That's the Covenant outpost, and then here we've got, yeah, the Loom. Oh, it's already tier 3. Wow. Got an outfitter's station, so we can make some clothing there as well. Yeah, it's quite a good little spot, that house. Maybe we'll maybe when we're rolling in the Benjamins, we should come back and purchase ourselves a nice humble abode. He's going ham with his life stuff. Right. I'll find some rocks. Oh, that was nice, yeah. I don't know if they've... Maybe I just didn't use the Warhammer in the last beta. I remember using it in the alpha, but I don't remember that ability doing the same thing in terms of number of consecutive hits, also causing it to continue to spin. Oh, cabbages. Oh, and a turkey. Uh-oh. Scavenger has seen me. Oh, come on. And eat some food. And run away like here I am. In fact, what is that there? A dead pig! Doink. But you're not using the Warhammer now, so... was I saying Warhammer rather than the Great Axe? It might be that. I meant to say is the Great Axe, not the Warhammer. Definitely used the Warhammer in the last beta. Right. Got some more flint. Hit that boulder. One thing that's quite, I don't know, I found it therapeutic was going onto the game and you'd go out into the middle of nowhere, and every so often you'd just hear the sound of someone hitting boulders, doing a bit of mining, which was, I don't know, it was comforting in the knowledge that perhaps you weren't surrounded by people, but there were people out there. Lovely stuff. Right, how much more do we need? A bit more stone. And then some wood. Green wood from bushes or trees. Oh. There are plenty of bushes and trees around here, so I think we'll be okay. Chippity chop. Chop chop. Timber! Fortunately, it's not quite like Valheim where the tree can crush you. Right, and then we need to craft a load of timber and some leather and cut some stone blocks. Okay, we can do that. We have basic skills required. Oh look, another dead pig. Oh, and cabbages. You never know when you're going to need a cabbage. Very pretty. Which I think also... Oh, I've gone for more cabbages. I think also helps satisfy my other kind of desire for decent MMO that actually looks and feels a bit more up to date. I tried a couple of times to get back into Guild Wars, but I don't know, I just found it looked a little bit too dated. But for me, I mean, I know there's still a big old fan base, and there've been several, oh, have I not got a sickle? Do you have a sickle? Doesn't need repairing. Why no hemp? Don't know. Hemp is glitched, but never mind. We've got plenty of space. Speaking of Valheim, is the server back for community days? It can be as soon as people are, decide when we want to go back and do it. We were kind of holding off putting it back up again and updating it until we, I think, decided on a day so that we could all start, at least on that server world, doing the trying out the Hearth and Home stuff together. But we can pick it back up whenever, really. Where did I come? Did I come from this way? No, I came from that lamp. That's fine. I'm sure it's not too much of a fall off of these rocks. He says, looking at the ankle-breaking drop near the edge. Up. It'll probably be fine. It'll be fine. Clamber across. Okay. Whoop. Okay, everything's fine. Ooh, iron. Think. While we're here, iron's always good to come by. But yeah, as soon as we've kind of got a day in where, or the first one we want to go in, then where we can boot it up and play it, and then it can just stay up. It's not a problem. But I think the plan was to wait until people were about to give it a whirl, and we could do that all together, which would be cool. Someone has been mining here. Was it you? No, you're a dead thing. Probably wasn't you. Oh, right, we need to go this way. I'm running the wrong way. The settlement is right up here. These are mature trees. For a logging of 50. In fact, while we're here, we'll do a little bit more wood chopping. It will all help in the end. Chop, chop, everybody, chop, chop. Timber! Oh, your tree. Right. A young tree. The kind of trees that I envisage Millie having in her room one day. Just walking in and it more of a humid, temperate zone, or rainforesty. All the trees, exactly. Right, there's the forge. There's a page we can read. Think. Right, okay, to start with, a wood chopping. Chopping some wood. All of the wood, please. There are drops going on for New World. Just need to put a streamer like working on and mute the tab. Yeah, exactly that. I don't think the drops are too lengthy either, which is quite good. People that just want to kind of jump in and for a little bit and pick them up. Right, make some stone blocks. I remember in the last the last playthrough that I did on the beta, I started finding some. I don't think they were even flawed by the end of it. I think I managed to find some good quality gems, which was quite cool. To the point where I could start crafting some jewellery and things that you can enchant and then equip as well. Which is cool. Oh yeah, what's in the well? A fish? Or just water? Probably just water. Water! Another necessity for cooking. And other bits. Right. Here's the tanner. Convert that to coarse leather. I know there is a Twitch integration for this, but I think it's only for when you're like in group play and doing certain things, I think. I remember where it was. Social. In another setting. Maybe. I can't even remember where it be. Pretty sure I set the account. Maybe it's on the main menu. I can't remember exactly what it does, but I think it was just to give some extra emphasis to people when they're streaming as well. And I think it also flags in game when you're streaming as well. You can enable it to flag in game when you're streaming. Yeah, I think it is Iceni. I'll have to have a look at that. Facing peoples with a rapier. Oh, that's quite cool armor. That I think you can buy in the store. I think that's the armor skin that you can buy in the store. Which is cool. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the whole armor skins that they've just added in from the store menu, because it's just cosmetic stuff. But certain weapons and certain armor in the game looks different anyway. So that's the Righteous Guardian. Oh, so no, it has applied the items. I've just not got them in my inventory yet, because I've got this free 5,000 currency that was part of the Prime bundle. I don't think you can actually get anything with it, can you? You can get an emote or some dye, stuff, your clothing. Pirate housing decor bundle. That sounds great. Fantastic. Smuggler's Crest pack. Okay. I mean, the weapon skins are cool, but I kind of just prefer them to be in the game as they are, I guess. Don't even know what the currency... Oof, that's expensive. But I guess that's how they're going to make some ongoing revenue from it. Never mind. At least it's not pay to win. Most important thing. Yeah, I mean, it's true, and certainly, you know, over time as well, they can do, like, content drops where some of it can be free and some of it can be a premium rate, which is fine. As you say, at least it's not a pay-to-win scale.
Your help will always be needed.
Sheep. Okay. I might do the 90 course leather, because that will take my skinning skill up a bit further, and we can do that one as well. Although we're already complete on that, we're already at 100%, so we don't need to do that one. But general town upkeep we could do. Let's do that one, and then we need to. Oh yeah, we get a heavy satchel. Yeah, what have we got? Ooh, this looks fancy. An officer's coat of the fighter. And it's got a gem slot as well. Not quite as good as our cloth shirt. I find that hard to believe, but look how fancy we are. even fancier with our great axe or our rapier. What's that? Oh, you just fall off the top. Yeah. Cool. What else we got in here? We could put this on. I guess that suits. I don't know. Maybe it does or doesn't. I like my plate. I like my plate helm. Right. And talk to the next person. Continue onward. Hop. Right. Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Here's the one I've heard so much about. The fabled
Oh, really?
warrior Eloise has deputized to help in the settlement's defense.
Ah, yes, that's me. I have fought off many a boar. Please reward me.
Exactly. My reputation commands a great deal of respect across all the territories. I suggested Eloise send me to broker an alliance with the other settlements, but she refused.
Yeah, I like the one in Locktra as well. I seen it. It was a really good system. Oh, excuse me.
She believes it's every settlement for itself.
Oh,
she
dear.
will not be persuaded otherwise.
Yeah,
That
I like
being
the
the case,
Lockro
we
kind
will
of setup
need
and the
a
housing
few
instances
lanes.
there.
Show
See,
me
Lockro was
skill.
probably the.
Open this
I think
bag
I
of
started
ore,
playing
smelt
Lockro.
it, and forge an iron sword.
Will do. I think I'm trying to remember. I think Lockro. We play Lockro before Guild Wars 2 or after Guild Wars 2? I can't remember in the history of MMOs that I've played. But yeah, Lockro was great, and I think because it was. I mean, it realistically didn't have to do an awful lot, did it, in terms of story content because of the lore and everything else of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit and Middle Earth in general. It folded that in really nicely. We're actually making 9 iron ingots. I mean, we might as well make as much as we can. Void bent ingots. Legendary, eh? Dharma ingots. See, that when we get this kind of stuff, we can make really cool stuff. One day. I just like that there's it's not like there's 5 different items that you can craft. There's loads. And there's so much space as well, so much room for adding more if they wanted to, or changing how the recipes worked, and expanding it in the future, which is great. Right, the forge is back down here. I'm running the wrong way. The forge! And again, the fact that obviously also the forge tier, the forge level, helps to dictate what is available and what you can and can't make. But look, stuff like this. Even this looks cool. It's got like a little bluey hue to it. Looks cool. I want. Pain. That's a cool looking rapier. I wants it. I wants it all. Right. One day, when we're a master armorer and forger, weaponsmith, we'll be back. Right, an iron longsword. Just the one iron longsword, actually. I don't actually know how good that is. In the grand scheme of things, it's probably awful. It's actually alright. Only because the previous sword we had was a worn longsword. And, yeah. Oh, it's actually... it's got a much better gear score, but the worn longsword still has 80 slash damage as opposed to our newly forged which has 79. That's fine.
Let us see your
Doesn't
work.
matter.
Ah, yes. The blade is sleek with just the right edge.
Ah,
It could use more polish, but I see potential here. I am glad to have you in Monarch's Bluffs.
Monarch's Bluff. I like how they say Monarch's Bluff. Bluffs.
I strongly believe an alliance between settlements is essential to battle the corruption. Short of that, I will do what I can at the Forge. Indeed. You are sharp, aren't you?
Sometimes.
I fear we're also at risk of losing the loyalty of some right here in Monarch's Bluffs.
Monarch's
I
Bluff.
wonder if you might help me ensure this does not happen.
Fun to say.
There is one here whose skill matches my own in her discipline. Survivalist Thornton. She's very
Thornton,
much
eh?
a lone wolf, and she may be tempted to leave the pack right now. Please speak to her and convince her to stay.
Okay. Please stay. Right, let's salvage that to start with. Let's open this. Ooh, new plate helm. Just what we needed. Yoink, and then we can salvage that one, and we can salvage these as well, because we're going to keep on for the thing. I don't want to change out of medium just yet. Although, what is that? Is light. Is the rest of this note medium, light, light, round. Huzzah. Okie dokie. The Thornton. She's up here. I love the griefing in the chat game. Bro, I waited 2 hours, 2 something sweary hours to get into the game, and then always lag detected when I walk to my missions. That sucks. In fairness. But also, I'm walking away from the survivalist. That's not going to help. Hello.
Sorry, not so much in the mood for conversation right now. Bags to pack, places to be. You understand. So what if I am? No business of yours, is it? Wait a minute.
Maybe.
Gomes sent you, didn't she?
She did.
Not much escapes her eye.
It does not.
Look, I'll level.
I'm very much a messenger boy at the
All
moment.
hell breaks loose, and the forces of corruption march across Eternum. I'd rather be out there than in here.
I don't know. I mean, if we can upgrade the settlement, you know, a well-defended settlement, as opposed to being caught out and in the wilds. Hey Ben, how you doing? Not stopping, just came by too. No worries at all. No worries at all. Thanks, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
I'm not going anywhere just yet, but it's nice to know I can. What about you, friend? You got what it takes to survive out there on your own?
Maybe.
Sure you can.
Maybe not.
Hey,
Oh, she's gonna give us
you
an
know what?
adventurer's musket.
Since you and Gomes want
Fantastic.
a medal, how about you step up and do a little hunting? Head out into the wilds and make camp.
We'll go hunt some
visit
things
the
then.
local wolf dens.
So pushy.
I'll wait
so
for you
aggressive.
right here.
Cheers, buddy. Catch you soon. Right. I can make a camp while we're out and about, and then we can go to the Bayhal Burrow. Excellent. Let's go there. Find us some wolves. And then get a musket and pew pew, because we've got 33 rounds of ammo. Cartridges, I should say. They are iron cartridges. I love the sound of just like hearing the trees crack and fall as you're running by places. There's something soothing about it. Don't know why. Right, let's use the rapier. Aha. Bayhal Burrow. Right, let's make let's move back to the back to the road, and then we'll look at. In fact, let's pop it on the rock over here. I want to put it on the rock. Oh, they stopped you allowing you to do that. I guess because there are probably problems with it glitching fast. Right. Oh, there we go. And we can build our camp. And the nice thing about the camp system as well is that there's different levels, and you have to use certain materials to just set it up, which is just quite a nice little feature, rather than just being able to permanently or always be able to bunker base down, which is quite cool. And yeah, as the camp tiers progress, you have different facilities and options available to you, which is quite cool. But we can always just kind of park up and rest and look cool by our campfire. And you can then craft things as well, which is quite cool. So we've got fairly basic options to craft with at the moment. Oh, we can make a health potion though. Actually, health potions are super useful, so yeah, let's make a load of health potions. And we'll, yeah, build up some XP at the same time. Great. Wunderbar. Okay, and has that gone into our secondary slot? It has. What are these? Energizing light rations, which is fine, because we don't have any mana-based weapons at the moment, so we don't need those. Okay, right, to the Wolves. Beat. 5 howling wolves. We can do that. Stabby, stabby. Ooh, as we miss. Make a snack. People chopping wood, people cracking boulders everywhere. An industrial area for sure. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Is this actually? It is a cave, as I say. Anything in said cave? It's probably just a little spawn. Oh. Take that, because I know we'll need that later on for things. Right. Here, Wolof, Wolof, Wolof. Oh, turkey. Come back. Come back. Ah, missed. Turkey, come back. Oh, wolf. Hello. Oh, missed. Oh, crap. Just heard them. Thank you, level 20 person. Very kind. Yeah, they're lethal because their bite can inflict bleeding. I remember when I first played this, I was running to the first settlement in First Light, and came across some wolves and thought, "Ah, I'll be fine." But it was before the rapier was added to the game, and some of the other weapons can be quite slow to hit. And I was trying to fight off far too many wolves at once, and yeah, the bleeding got me. There are more wolves. Nuts. Always good to pick up some nuts. Aha! Right, okay, we'll have a skill now to be able to use with the rapier, which is good. Got a few attributes to use as well, so we will plump a couple into Dex. Oh, into Const. Weapon mastery. Right, what do we want? Do we want Tondo? Slash so quickly that it extends the reach of your blade up to 5 meters. Strike deals 50% direct damage, weapon damage, but also applies a bleed that will deal 85% weapon damage over 12 seconds. This can stack up 3 times refreshing previous applications. That's quite cool, and it's only 11-second cooldown. Flurry, enter, pose, stance, and unleash a series of 5 deadly thrusts. Uh-oh, I've got to. Yeah. So let's do flurry, I think, because we're getting mauled. Eat something quick, and then flurry. That was quite nice. Make a snack. Down, Mr. Wolf. There we go. Everything's fine. Travel to Hurtfang Hall. Where is that? Over here. More wolves. Okay. This we can do. Right. Was there another load of achievements that we... Ah! This was a glitch that they had in the beta as well, where all of these achievements are there. And it's weird because they were here moments ago. So just refreshed and not out. Right. Let's choose a new territory standing point though. Don't need more storage at this point. XP gain, yeah. Expert gain, please. Right, this away. In fact, we took another mission, didn't we? Which was, yeah, leather. Excuse me. Madam, this is my kill. I mean, if no one's gonna skin these guys, I will. Huzzah. On guard. Right. Bearing teeth. Okay, so it's just up there into the woods. Glowy blue thing over there. Investigate we shall. Ah, silkweed. Requires harvesting 100. Alright, not for a while then. Oh, another wolf. Yoink. Much skinning. Such furry coat. There's lots of meat and lots of rawhide though, so we'll be able to do a load of crafting. Aha, right. Group of them there, and there's also one here. On guard. Eventually I'll hit you. Take a snack. Aha. Duck, dive, dodge. Oh, that's what we're collecting here. Okay, cool. It's the sharp wolf fangs. I didn't wonder. Lovely. Just need a few more wolves then. Ah. Oh, we picked up a warhammer. Here we go. Right, okay. Let's have a play with the warhammer, because the warhammer's good fun. Where are you, wolf? You are. I think the Warhammer probably makes the best, or has the best like weapon sound effects. Or its skill abilities do. There's some really, really cool ones that just make some great sounds. That's a whack. Ooh. Off pants. Much better. And they're light as well, so we'll take those and we'll salvage the rest. Wunderbar. Right. Just need one more Wolof Fang. But go back and hand this in. Is there anything in here? Silverbane. Mining 10. Okay. Good to know. So we've only hit a couple of rocks, so I can't imagine our where is it? Mining's only level 3 yet, so it'll be a little while yet. And someone has just taken it. Don't mind if I do, just take that. Lovely. Right, how far off are we on the Warhammer? Okay, not too long. Let's just put another wolf or two until we level up the Warhammer so we can get one ability on it. There we go. Beautiful. Bobbity boopy. Let us. That right? Okay. I want this one. Clear out. It makes a great sound. Here we go. Ready? Boing. We'll wait for it to recharge and then we'll go after that wolf. And what is this here? Oh, it looked like an Iron Dane. Wait. Oh, has it done the same thing? I wonder if it's because we've targeted that. Maybe. Right. Here we are. Does a little knockback on them. Rude. Thank you! Right. Put that way. Skin this wolf. And see if we can get that Iron Vein. Now that we're not aggroing anything. No, still not. Well, that's a glitch. Never mind. Didn't want the iron anyway. Right. Right, we'll head back and turn this mission in then. I think we've got plenty to complete the other one as well. Which was Force Leather, which I think we've got enough, or we're to make enough of it now. Because we've been skinning many a wolf. The one thing I've not seen in this game, and one thing that would be a cool addition maybe, would be some capes. I feel like the addition of a cape would be cool. Yeah, there's not a slot for it. No, Amazon, give me capes. Because everyone looks cooler with a cape. It is known. Hip hop, hoppity hip hop. I haven't got anything in here. I need to go back to the Tanners. And then we need to go and talk to old Miss Thorn. Oh yeah, so they're teleporting away. So the teleport on this is quite cool, and it has quite a cool sound effect as well. And just fade into the ether, which is quite cool. Okay, right. We need some, don't we? Like 20. Go and get a couple more wolves if needed, but I think we're alright. In fact, yeah, we are alright, so we make the rest of it. No capes, so many die because of capes. I do not know who that is. But capes are cool. What about cloaks? Again, capes or cloaks? Capes or cloaks would be cool. Perhaps a cloak with a hood would be good, because then you could be real sneaky rather than just kind of creeping around like this. That would be cool. Did that actually take the honey? I think the honey's glitched. No honey for you, sir.
Been out to those wolf dens, have you?
We have been out to those wolf dens. Excellent. Now we have a musket.
This place home for more than a decade, you know? Even when you're roaming about, it's nice to think you have somewhere to go back to.
Exactly.
I will. But I can't say Magistrate Bixford does much to inspire confidence around here. He's a
Strange bird.
isn't he? And with this corruption bearing down on us, we need him to be sharp.
I mean, was he ever sharp to begin with?
Don't we all, though? I don't know. Bixford's decent enough, just weird. You're so eager to help him, you should go check in. Make sure he's keeping focused, if you catch my drift.
I'm worried that she thinks that I know something that I don't. Right. We can, disequip. Back. Good. Right. Up to the top here. We can go and try and shoot some things with our rifle. The rifles are very cool in this. Muskets.
Ah, just the one I was looking for. I see you flitting about town, getting to know everyone.
You know me?
It's exactly. I've been thinking about how best to defend Monarch's bluffs against corruption.
Spikes, many spikes.
We can ill afford to pretend the situation is not dire.
I don't think anyone was
So,
pretending.
How best to do that? Well, you've seen the Marauders, the Syndicate, and the Covenant, right? Whether we want to admit it or not, they're the ones best suited to defend Monarch's bluffs. Indeed. And we should welcome their presence here. You should speak with representatives from each faction and then choose to which you will pledge your allegiance. Choose well, and good luck.
Roger that. Okay. So now we just get to go and do a bit of faction reading and chat to all of the 3 faction representatives.
The Covenant shares its light with all, so as to lead all men from darkness. Will you carry the light with us? In all
So these
people,
guys
there
are the
is a
kind of the
spark,
religious kind of
an
fanaticals.
initiative, if you will. In some people, it burns so brightly that others feel it. We in the Covenant are the purveyors of
The purple,
spark.
green, orange. Exactly that, Mustard, yeah.
Fosters its growth in
Choose a
all.
colour, any colour.
We protect the light.
So to be fair, I probably won't make a decision on this until Lionheart has had a chance to play, because it would be cool if we played in the same faction, so we could do faction quests together. But we don't have to make up our mind right now, which is fine. Can I? Excuse me.
You
No.
wish to learn the secrets that only the Syndicate have uncovered, don't you? The Syndicate?
Maybe.
Why, we are the learned ones. We use the razor of logic and the guide of reason to understand our world. We possess forbidden knowledge.
So I've played with
Wield
all
the power of
3.
this knowledge Just logic
The Marauders are good fun because they're kind of typical kind of pirates in the game. To be fair, the Covenant is quite cool. It's got some really cool like armor sets and buffs that you can get. So the other kind of aspect of the factions as a side to getting faction-based quests and perks, depending on where you are, you can also get. I'm going the wrong way. When you complete certain faction missions, of which are one of the requirements is that there are two routes. There's a series of PvE quests that you can do, or there's a series of PvP quests you can do. And the PvP quests, is it? Where are they? Are they up here on the left? Have I come the wrong way? I have. Sorry. You can do a series of missions with. Are they over there? Yeah, you can do a series of PvE missions, or you can do a series of PvP missions. And the PvP missions give you more XP and other bits and pieces as well. So they're worth doing, but obviously you then get marked as able to be dueled or PvP'd outside of any settlement. So you have to be a bit careful. You can sneak around, or you can go super aggressive if you're feeling it, but it can be quite easy to get kind of ganged up on. And if you die during or defeated during that mission, you effectively lose it. Well.
We are the solution to a world in chaos. Through strength, discipline, and perseverance, we will enforce our will and bring this land to order.
Yeah, I quite like the Marauders. They're quite good. They're quite good fun. But I mean, yeah, realistically, there's no like one which is OP over the others. They all have various different faction-based benefits, and again, as you do more quests and you gain the faction kind of points and ranks, you unlock different faction-based weapons and
Speak with the factions.
armor sets as
They're the
well.
ones
So
best
you can
suited
get
to defend the
quite
settlement.
cool different faction sets as well. Which is cool.
Oh, I think so. As rowdy and demanding as they can sometimes be, they are effective. If you want to make a difference here or anywhere
BR, thank you
in Aeternum,
for the bands.
it's really the most efficient way to do so.
Syndicate makes me think of trench coats and big guns, but I might be showing my age. Yeah, I know what you mean, Mustard. Right, so we will leave that one for the time being, and I will speak to Lionheart about which one he fancies doing. In the meantime, we'll go and complete this mission at the board, and perhaps, although it's been a relatively short one, perhaps we will call it there for this evening. It's been a long old day. I'm knackered, and I fancy getting into bed. But it's been good fun playing some New World, and I hope people have enjoyed watching a bit of it, because there's an awful lot of people streaming it at the moment. But hopefully, right. So we've reached level 10. So now the cool element is, before we sign off, the cool element in underneath here is we've now got our first bag slot, so you can get more inventory space, and we can duel people. Quite cool. So up to this point, we've not been able to do it. Yeah, we've got a nice bag slot down here, and I know part of the next mission will be to go and craft us a bag to fill that slot. Which we go, give us a bit more reach, and then after that we can choose our faction and go from there. What weapons have we got? Let's get in the Warhammer currently equipped. So what can we plunk into that? So really we want to put a bit into Dex. Strength's okay. So let's put 2 into Dex. Okay. Perfecto. Okay. Yeah then. Right. What's I mean, what is Monarch's Bluff? Monarch's Bluff is managed by the Syndicate at the moment. What have we got actually? Have we got a fairly even distribution or not really? Not really at the moment. We've got one Marauder settlement, and then the Syndicate has really done a number so far. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 settlements so far, and then the Covenant have got 1, 2, 3, 4. Marauders have only got 1, and then up here these can't be claimed, I don't believe. Or maybe they can, I just can't remember. Maybe they can be claimed as by factions. But still, Syndicate has certainly made a fairly decent push on this server. We'll have to see then what happens. But first light's down here, so it looks like the Syndicate. So you can see from these progression bars of which are, if there's any movement in the current faction ownership of the settlement, which can be completed by doing faction missions in those settlements as well to basically destabilize them. So that will be an interesting one for next time. Or Pong gathering on here. But yeah, hope people have enjoyed, and we'll be doing some F1 on Friday evening, all going well, which will be good, and then hopefully some No Man's Sky on Saturday morning as well, which will be good fun. And then yeah, we'll see what next week brings. Might do some more New World. Might see if we can do some New World with Lionheart at some point, depending on timings. Yeah, I need to sort out the little backlog of games that we've got, which will be good, and we'll go from there. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining on in. I hope you've had a good evening so far, and have a great rest of your evening, whatever you get up to. Thanks, Timey. Appreciate it. I don't know if there's Oh, look, Alex is still streaming. Alex is streaming some Warhammer, some Total War Warhammer. So we'll go and raid him before the end of the night. Go and say hello to Alex, and yeah, hopefully catch some of you on Friday evening for some F1 or Saturday morning for some No Man's Sky. Alrighty, catch you later, peeps.